new version of the Strategic Human Capital Consortium video newsletter. Today we're going to be talking about engagement, employee engagement. And I would start saying that what is a company other than a people ecosystem? And in that regard, employee engagement is at the very core of any company's capabilities to be successful. And employee engagement is in most of the balanced scorecard of CEOs and C-suite leaders, basically because they are a good proxy of forthcoming customer loyalty, and in that regard can predict revenue sustainability. So let's start today talking about the relationship between customer engagement and business results. I would say, and Alejandro, this is for you, not only business results, but business transformations results. What would you say there is a relationship?
Correct. The engagement is going to yield performance, and performance is what is going to build success. And then success is going to continuously ignite and reignite the engagement. Companies are not there to build engagement. They are there to be successful, sustainable, and growing. So the thing that we need to do with leaders and employees as such is that we are building success together and eliminating any barrier around the vision, around the involvement, and the full teamwork that we need in the groups.
And talking about the involvement, Francia, what would you say that the different generations engage with the employee engagement topic?
I would say that regardless of generation, everyone is looking for the same thing. They're looking for a well-managed company that cares about its employees. The fact of life is that we have 5 generations in the workplace today, and one size will not fit all. The organizations will be challenged with finding ways in which they can attract and retain individuals because they feel that they're close to the organization and that it's worthwhile staying with them. So they will have to look into what motivates the different generations. If we take a millennial, for example, it's a generation that's more focused on giving back, focused on civic issues, and so companies will have to get involved that way to be able to attract them. If we're talking about Generation C, which has recently joined the workforce, it's still too new, so we don't have a lot of history about them, but we do know that they live their public and social and personal and work life in the same place, and that's online. So if organizations want to reach these individuals, they will have to find a way to make that attractive through an online process.
And that is a great segue to talk about leadership. What would you say, Sergio, that is the role that leaders have today, not only in achieving, but in sustaining employee engagement?
Thank you, Elena. Absolutely. I would say that it starts from the very beginning, when we're looking for people to hire for the company, when leaders are forming their teams, what are the people that we're looking for and bringing to the company? As we say in our interviewing classes, the challenge of the process is to find somebody that finds the job that we are offering them exciting. They are passionate about the tasks they're going to be performing, and for that amount of money. Because later on, this can become a problem because it's impossible for people to be engaged if they're performing tasks that they perceive to be boring. Remember, what is boring for some people can be very exciting for somebody else. But again, that is just the beginning. Once they are part of the company, what is the second part of the role of the leader? And you mentioned very well, Elena, not just maintaining that engagement that we got from the beginning, but leveraging, sustaining, improving. And I would say that using the questions from the famous Gallup survey in terms of engagement, I would highlight 2 of them. One, the opportunity that people have to influence the environment, to influence the decisions, to be part of that. They feel that their opinions count. And second, they feel that there's development, they feel that there's a career opportunities with the company. And then, of course, sometimes there's the third part, leaders, unfortunately, sometimes they demotivate people, which that shouldn't happen, of course.
Talking about impact, Alejandro, your experience, what would you say that is the relationship between employee engagement and customer loyalty?
The loyalty of our customers is based on their experience, and we need to continuously bring positive experiences. You are keeping an iOS phone or an Android based on your experience, based on what you are getting, how you feel. That's what we need to do in every organization. Deliver the exact good services that our clients are demanding. And if you have the population engaged, if your employees are like Sergio, like Francia, are getting what they are saying that we need to get, independently of where you are in the generation or the hierarchy, you are going to deliver that experience, keep it sustainable, and you will keep them loyal.
And Francia, Sergio, any final thoughts?
Well, what I would say is that certainly there's a link between what happens internally in the organization and how that is reflected external to the clients. So it's very important that companies have the resources and time and focus their attention in engaging their employees in a manner that is sustainable, so we can assure that as they reflect outside in the community and the organizations are seen as solid and places where people want to work and where people want to do business with.
And perhaps one final point, Francia was mentioning the new generations, and what we unfortunately see nowadays, that we have a lot of employees that are engaged to their cell phones. They forget there's a customer in front of them. And again, that brings the role of the leader. When a leader sees that happening, that the employee is not paying attention to the customer because he or she is more connected to a cell phone, what happens to the coaching process? And that could be a topic for a future newsletter.
Absolutely. And my final reflection is we are increasingly listening and reflecting our customer experience. Let's think about employee experience, how the moment of the truth and how a company delivers the brand to the employees that are the craft persons, the craft people that basically deliver the goods to the clients.
Yes.
Thank you, and see you next month.
Thank you.
Bye.